Hi everyone, hope you're all staying cool this summer. Welcome back, and if you're new, this channel is about Japanese and Chinese made makeup brushes. This video will focus on the core collection, and I might make a second video for my favorite prototypes. I'll try to get through everything as quickly as possible, but please excuse any stuttering or sniffling as I haven't filmed in a long time, am feeling nervous, and still have allergies. Rephr is a company from Canada that launched last year. Their brushes are made in Kumano, Japan, which is the capital of Japanese calligraphy and makeup brushes. I'd like to say a huge thank you to Rephr for being so kind as to send me this set. This review is, as always, unbiased and honest. I am a Fude enthusiast and collector, meticulous in my research, picky, and have sensitive skin. Honestly, it takes a lot to impress me when it comes to Fude, and I don't think collectors are their main target audience, so take my review with a large grain of salt. The core collection consists of 5 brushes, and Rephr had a deal last year where it was half off if you used a referral code. At half price, it was an absolute steal. So to start off, the hairs are comparable to Alba's Dawn line and Koyudo's Psycho from their BP line. They are less soft than the Koyudo Mizume Zakura or Cherry Birch line. I don't recommend them if you have extremely sensitive skin. The retail prices are comparable to Hakuhodo's, give or take a few dollars less. I do like the matte black handles and ferrules, and they don't feel super lightweight. These are functional brushes, more for the average makeup consumer and not so much for collectors expecting impeccable craftsmanship, even though they're Kumano made, or expecting beauty and silky hairs. Okay, time to move on to the one. This is the one, and if it's gonna focus, okay, finally. One is a flat bent blending brush similar to the Hakuhodo J5523 and MAC 217. So I'm just showing you. And I also have like a clip and a photo of this on my Instagram if you want to check it out. I've never liked this brush shape, and the only one I've ever really liked is the Shou Freesia Lines M05, which I also have right here. So here's just a comparison between the two. The Rephr is bundled much more nicely than the Shou one, but the Shou one was like $5. And then here is the the Hakuhodo J5523 on the right. I no longer own the MAC one because I detest that brush. Anyways, depending on the bundling, the one on the left right here can be tapered on the top or rounded on the top like the J5523 on the right. The one I have is tapered, and I absolutely love the taper tip because it gives me better control. The hairs are soft yet feel a tad thicker than the J5523, and I'm pretty sure you won't be able to see the hair difference on camera, but just trust me. So yeah, it's hard to tell the hair quality difference. And the one again. If I had 4 hands, I can show you two. I can go like this at the same time. Okay, whatever. Anyways, the J5523 feels a bit softer on the fingers, but is scratchier on the lids, which is rare for Hakuhodo. I think my eyelids are just more sensitive than they were a couple years ago. And the one also has a more compact body. Here's the profile view compared to, okay, so one J5523. The one has a more compact body, which makes the head feel denser. The J5523 is a lot airier, and the body is puffier, which gets in my way when I'm trying to blend. Because the one hairs are thicker, they pick up product easier, while the J5523 needs more swipes into the product. Overall, it applies and blends product without overblending or going up too high on the lid, which I really appreciate. This is my favorite brush out of the entire core collection, and second brush in this shape that I actually like. So yeah, if you haven't noticed already, I don't like the Hakuhodo version. Okay, moving on. The 2, let me focus, is a soft paddle shadow brush for the inner half or third of the lid and small lid spaces. It works well with matte shadows without shearing out the color. I no longer have any Natasha Denona metallics, so I was unable to test them together. If anyone has tried them together for the inner part of the lid, please let me know how it performed together. I'm really interested in knowing. All in all, I do like this brush. So, my lighting keeps changing. Okay, like this, and it has like little to none resistance at all when you push it down. And yes, it's not thin, but it's not exactly super dense either. Okay, moving on to 3. Did it? Okay, focus. 3 is a soft, tiny, pointy pencil brush. It is best used for the lash line because it's too small for the outer V, even for small eyes, and it shears out color easily, which I dislike. It does a pretty good job at applying color to the lower lash line without going out of the line, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm sorry about my focusing problems. Oh my god. Okay, there you go. This is the brush I like the least amongst the core collection, but heard it's actually very popular, so to each their own. And moving on to the 4. Okay, this is probably better. The 4 is an angled cheek brush for contour, bronzer, and bronzer. The head is too wide and fluffy for contour for my liking, so if you can see how wide the head is. It has medium density along with some airiness to it, and the hairs are the softest amongst the face brushes here. It's not my favorite for bronzer or contour, but works better for blush on top of the bronzer. With blush, if you dab and blend lightly, it looks nicer than just dragging the blush across. It works well with hard-pressed formulas like Tarte's Amazonian clay blushes, as well as soft like Benefit's Hula. So I just have a small Tarte blush brush. Works pretty well with this formula. And I did have a harder time applying Tom Ford bronzer with this. It's the one thing I want to point out about this one in particular is that it's bundled very nicely. Like, I am very impressed. I like this bundling a lot, because some of them are not bundled that nicely. Okay, moving on to the 5. 5 is a paddle-shaped blush brush with a pinched ferrule. So here's a little pinched area right here, and then you can see on the side it's like a flattened oval shape. It's similar to the Hakuhodo J110 and the NARS Intensifier. I still have the J110 because it's one of my favorite brushes, and the J110 is on the right. So every brush is bundled differently. I've seen J110 brushes that were bundled like the 5 right here on the left. And the 5 is soft enough for my cheeks on a non-sensitive day. I'm not the biggest fan of the shape since it flares out a bit too much for my liking, so the Hakuhodo J110 isn't as flared. The head is on the denser side, like it puffs out a lot more. Or yeah, it's on the denser side, and the hairs are on the coarser side. It also picks up all formulas relatively easily unless it's super hard pressed like the Milani rose blushes. And I took that one out just to show you. These Milani, if I can open it, rose blushes are super hard pressed. So it does have a bit of a hard time picking this up. And I do think that it's good for picking up colors and soft formulas that are harder to show up on your skin tone since it can pick up a lot at once. For me, it's Surratt's La Vie en Rose, the top color right here. It doesn't show up on my skin tone very easily, so this is a really good brush for that. Works. Yeah, so resistance is not too bad. It doesn't like smash into your face, but so it's a nice brush. It's just not my cup of tea. I much prefer the Koyudo J110, and my J110 has much softer hairs. Okay, let me do this. If I had another hand, I can show you better. Okay. Lastly, we have the large powder brush. Okay, so this is the 6th. And it has a similar shape and hair length to the Chikuhodo Takumi T1, but with softer hairs. It's not significantly softer, but softer. The hair is bearable for me on days when my skin isn't very sensitive, but it hurts when it is sensitive. It is medium in density, even though it looks very dense, so just showing you density. And there's airiness to it, just like with the 4. It has low resistance, so when you sweep it against your face, it splays out and conforms to the shape and the contours of your face. And it doesn't have any issues picking up or applying powder, so that's the pro about this brush. I like the design of the brush, but would have preferred a denser and softer version for my Princess Pea skin, but that's just me. Okay, and it's hard to show you the density of the 5 because the brush is so long, but I forgot to show it to you earlier, so here's just the head, and here's the 4 and the 6. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah. Okay. In closing, I think the core collection and Rephr brushes are suited for those dipping their toes into Fude or for those wanting to upgrade their makeup brushes. The shapes aren't groundbreaking, but they're tried and true. If I upgraded to these when I was younger from my Sedona Lace, Sigma, and MAC brushes, I would have been very happy. P.S. Here is a sneak peek of my current favorite prototype. It's the 20, the fan brush. It's so cute, and I don't even like fan brushes. Okay, so excuse any ramblings and stuff like that in this video and for not focusing. I have filmed this video probably like 15 times, so I'm done. But thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!